So, good afternoon and good evening, everyone down in Australia. Welcome to the 2025 Engineering Professional Practice Info Session. My name is Dave. I'm the Participant Experience Manager, joining you from Indonesia, and I'm accompanied by two of my colleagues, Maya and Upi. Maya, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Maya. I'm a participant experience manager from Adelaide, so sunny Adelaide today. And I have my colleague Opi.
Upi?
Hi everyone, my name is Upi. I'm the placement coordinator here in Jakarta.
Oh, thank you so much. So happy to have you all here today at the session. For the next 45 minutes or an hour, we're going to try to give you an overview of this program and how you can participate. I'm going to hand it over to Maya.
Thank you, Dave. So the first thing I want to do is acknowledgement to country. I acknowledge the traditions, custodian of the land that I'm meeting from today, which is the Ghana people, and I pay my respect to elder past, present, and emerging. About us. So we are international internship. We work with different Australian universities. We've been working with them for over 18 years now. We facilitate different internship from different for tailored for different fields. One of these fields is engineering. We Our mission is to make sure that you have a meaningful experience, but also to streamline all the process in the back end to make sure that you have a very smooth and nice experience. So why Indonesia? Indonesia is a very beautiful country. Is by have a rich biodiversity. There's a lot of islands. There's like 17,000 islands around. People talk different languages in different areas of the country. It is the largest economy um, in Southeast Asia. It is fast growing, where you can see different organizations being starting up. You can also see buildings being constructed. You can see um, a lot of innovations happening. And one of the things that they're doing is they're moving now their capital to a different area. So they have a lot of infrastructure required. They do have a lot of environmental, a lot of mechanical, everything from engineering fields in need. So you can do these opportunities with them. Australia and Indonesia signed the a comprehensive economic partnership agreement in 2019, and that allows them to have a deeper collaboration across different fields and they strengthens their key strategic partnerships. About this program, and I'll give you a quick brief before I actually hand it back to our students to tell you about the program. So this is your intern between 10 to 12 weeks within Australia for with an Indonesian host organization. You do a project with them and you do a real life experience. So you will be supervised by a qualified engineer within your field and supported by us throughout the time that you are there. And you can get a lot of cultural events and social events that we do organize. There is a limited shorter period, which is for 6 weeks, but these options are very limited and for specific fields. So if you're looking at doing a shorter internship, do reach out, let us know ahead of time. The start dates is 3 for this engineering professional practice, 18th of October, 23rd of November, and 5th of December. The first wave of application will close on the 30th of May, and that will allow you to be the first in running to get these NCP funding. The program cost differs depending on your duration, so it goes from 5,600 up to 8,600. And the funding also is linked to your duration. So we do have funding for 5,000 if it's 6 weeks, up to 10,000 for 10 and 12 weeks. And you may be also eligible for a different funding, which is OS Help Loan, which I'll talk to about it a little bit later at the end of the presentation.
Okay, I'm about to share a video. If you guys can, let me know if you guys can hear it or not, okay? Can you hear it?
As an engineer, I think it's good to know the management side as well as what goes behind the scenes in a business.
Working with a group of engineers of different disciplines and coordinating with workers to try and find the best solution.
It helps me in developing effective time management skills to juggle work, attention to detail, as well as ambitious and motivated attitude.
There are a few interns from other polytechnics and universities here at entrance houses, so sort of getting their insight and playing games with them has been quite fun.
Met a lot of good people, had a lot of fun in this internship.
Just a new culture. It's just been a real eye-opening experience.
It was an amazing experience to gain and learn new knowledge together.
I've had the opportunity to learn about not only the technical aspects of Anderson House's instruments, but also the business and marketing side.
Have been fun, enlightening and beneficial.
A very eye-opening, meaningful and a fabulous trip.
I'd say another enjoyment has been the food here.
I've been lucky enough to be able to go to Yogyakarta, Bogor, Bandung, climb up Mount Egan and Mount Bromo.
Feeling like I can make meaningful change. Also going on the trips and really it maximises my experience working with the Indonesian buddies.
Sorry about that. Guys, I'm just gonna go back a little just to allow it to load. Come on.
Really it maximises my experience working with the Indonesian buddies.
I feel really happy to get the opportunity to share my experience, especially to those who have the same interest as myself.
International internships is always there to help you out.
They're basically always a phone call away or a text away.
They've been very supportive. They're always 24/7 available.
They're really taking care of the interns.
I would not be here without them. Being able to organise all those trips and be such a friendly team to work with, it's just made this experience just perfect.
So you've just heard from our engineers who just came back from their experience in in February, so just recently, a couple of months ago, and they've all been placed in different host organizations depending on their fields and the projects that they had to work on. So what do we do for you as for the engineering professional practice? You work with engineering students, you gain work experience, then you use that credit toward your university degree as long as the university approves it. So we submit the projects to you, you submit them to your university, and this is how you get academic approval. You will have these opportunities are mainly funded by New Colombo Plan, so you can get a grant that you don't have to pay it back to the government up to $10,000 depending on your duration. and you may be eligible for OS help up to 9,893. You can develop your intercultural skills. You can meet a lot of people from different backgrounds. You also can make a lot of friendships, not just within your host organization, but also with the other students doing similar programs with different host organizations from different Australian universities at the same time. To be eligible for the 10,000 grant, there is a component for NCP that you need to complete, which is a language week. So that language week is 15 hours of language classes with our partner university in Bandung. So you called UMPAD in Jatinangor, which is nearby Bandung. So you will travel when you arrive to Jakarta. We'll arrange your travel to Bandung for a week where you complete that language week and then come back and start your internship for 10 weeks. So in total, you'll have 11 weeks in Indonesia, one for to do your language week and another 10 weeks for your internship. Obviously, you can take up to 12 also, so it will be 13. So it's up to you. It is it will meet your credit, so whatever credit units and the contact hours that you need to complete by your university, we will organize that duration to meet that contact hours. Alongside the language classes or lessons that we're going to take, you're going to do some cultural activities for this program during that week. You will also do I think you will stay with your friends, so everybody who's doing the project on engineering professional practice will be staying together, and this way you can settle in before you move to Jakarta. I'm going to go through the program inclusions now. So what is included in your program fees? Finding you the placement that is meet your interest, do all the support, admin support, visa support. Also will support you with your credit approval with your university. You will get accommodation booked. So that accommodation in Bandung is part of your program fees. Also the accommodation in for your internship wherever your host organization is. Usually our accommodation is a co-living arrangement, and sometimes it's a hotel depending on numbers and the place we're staying in. We'll do a pre-departure briefing support before you arrive. As I said, we'll organize your visa. We'll organize airport transfer when you arrive to and depart from Indonesia if you arrive on suggested dates. You'll have an immersive orientation program, which could include orientation, couple of activities, and some exploring around you. You'll do a language class, as we said, and then you'll be teamed up with a buddy, an Indonesian buddy from a university. So they can be showing you around. You can do some social activities with them, and they could be your local guide in the area that you're gonna be there. We'll do an intercultural communication workshop and a career development workshop as part of your time over there. And you will have an organized weekend trip. So we'll take students away from Jakarta to different area, so you can enjoy a more relaxing weekend trip and explore that area. We will be there 24/7 giving you support. So anything that might happen or anything that you need support with, we are there, including emergency supports if you need to go to visit the doctor or visit the hospital. We will do weekly catch-ups with you just to check in on your well-being, how you're settling in, and if you need anything from us to address it or to sort out. And at the completion of your program, you'll get a certificate from us that you have completed that program for that duration. What is not included in your program fees, obviously, it's your enrollment fees at the university. So whatever unit fees that you need to pay your university will be not included in your program fee. The flight cost is not included. Visa cost is not included. However, as I said, we organize the visa for you, so we'll be in touch. We'll give you we'll collect all the required documentation, and we'll submit it ahead of time to the immigration to get that visa for you. Once the visa is issued, we'll send that to you, and we'll send you an invoice for the cost of that visa. Travel insurance is not included. However, if you're approved on doing an experience with your university as part of your credit, usually most university will provide you with that travel insurance. Your daily meals and daily transport are not included in this program fees. However, some of the meals will be included as part of your activities, so you will know ahead of time which ones are included. Um, but to give you a rough idea, and maybe Dave can correct me if I'm wrong, but drinks could be between $2 to $3, like coffee. Meals $7 to $10. Transport for 30 minutes could be also around the $10 or a little bit less. And we hope to put you in an accommodation that is nearby your host organization so you don't go over that 30-minute drive. Any equipment required from your host organization, like uniform or safety equipment, that will be at your own cost. We do ask students to make a booking with their GP ahead of time, so at least a month before your travel, and go through your vaccination if needed, anything that you need to have from a medical or health perspective before you travel to Indonesia. Laundry, toiletries are not included. Any extra activities that you plan outside of the program or outside the activities that we plan will be at your own cost. And then finally, internet, phone will be at your own cost. Dave?
Cool. Thank you, Maya. Now we're going to go over the program streams and also some hosts who we have worked with in the past and talk about a few available roles in the coming months ahead. So from October to December. So these are some of the hosts that who we've worked with in the past. So they are operating in different disciplines of um, engineering. Some of them are international companies, and some of them are uh, local or national companies. As you can see, you've got Grab, which is a Malaysian-based company, but they operate all over Southeast Asia. It's like Uber. Um, I think you've also seen in the video, like Endress and Hausers, the Enviro Solution and Consultants, CDM Smith. We have also Hatfield Consultant and so forth. So if you're interested in any of these hosts, you have particular interests, just let us know in advance and we'll be able to source or contact the host if they have, roles that are suitable for you. So we will not be giving you a lot of available roles at the moment because as you might be aware, uh, projects within the companies is dynamic. It changes over time. So it would be a little bit too early to identify available roles, miles ahead. So since your starting dates would either be October, November, or December, we will be able to pinpoint the most relevant or suitable roles for you, probably like a couple of months before. But it's a good it's a good idea to apply as soon as possible. So we'll be able to be in touch with your the host that you're interested in doing internship with in advance. Um, so these are some of our past hosts, where students have just completed their internships with, and also the current ones. So Fluke is a new host. We've worked with biopharma, especially in like chemical engineering, biology, carbon ethics more for environmental, and also for electrical and mechatronics. ESC for environmental MRT. They have an array of projects in civil, also mechanical. Surbana Jurong is more on civil. So whatever your major might be, there is something for everyone. So if during this info session, there are no roles that might be suitable for your major, don't worry. It doesn't mean that you're excluded from this opportunity, but we'll be able to source it according to your background. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna go through with just, on a surface level of some of our available roles. The first one is with Enviro Solutions. So this is a engineering consultancy firm that works in various engineering fields. One of their projects is to assess environmental impact of the development of our new capital city in the island of Borneo. We've had a lot of students doing internships at Enviro Solutions, and their past roles are as follows. So you can either conduct detailed environmental site assessments, do baseline studies, or identify a few things that must be checked beforehand as a due diligence of any projects. And then you will have the opportunity, but this is not always the case, to supervise field activities such as drilling and also geological logging, ensuring compliance with regulations and client standards. So a big part of the internship's role is to do compliance, which is a ton of work, mainly from the office. But there will be, on case basis, opportunities to go to the site as well to monitor if logistically possible. Beyond the technical side of the engineering, you will also be contributing to the business development side of ESC through proposals and project coordination to strengthen the client engagement. We've had previous interns who had the opportunity to meet with the client, and then, just talk about the projects and be included in the communication cycle. So although you are an intern, this is an opportunity where you can be involved on a deeper level, even with the client. So ESC does have special requirements. They would prefer a longer period of internships. So if you're looking at 12 weeks, they would be happy, but minimum 10 weeks. So that's a note. If you're from environmental engineering, this opportunity would be suitable for you. For the second role is with Fluke. Fluke is a new host that we've just established collaboration with. So, Upi, if you have anything to add about Fluke, please do so. So they are uh, working in electronic test tools and software. So they have their own device to analyze electrical needs and also issues in the building. So Fluke's factory isn't actually in Jakarta, but their R&D and also sales are located in Jakarta. So you will still be able to get a hands-on knowledge on their product and applications. They are working in several aspects like energy, mining, and infrastructure. You will be able to assist in the creation and also the improvement of customer support materials like user guides, technical FAQs, and training content. You will be able to be involved in the planning stage and also the delivery of technical training sessions and workshops, and also develop a market analysis to identify growth opportunities in Indonesia, and potentially look for, sectors to expand. And as I said before, we will be working closely with the sales department as well, and also to engage with partners. Okay, you will probably be working or be included in your CRM as well in order to do that. So that's Fluke. The next one we have Andres and Hauser, which you have seen in the video we've shown before. So they are a global leader in chemical process solutions for industrial process engineering. They're a huge company, similar to Fluke. Uh, so in their headquarter in Jakarta, the Indonesian headquarter, uh, the sales and marketing department are the biggest, but it doesn't mean it's not relevant for engineering students. So they have dedicated their allocation for November exclusively for interns from international internships. So we feel honored. And they are accepting students from manufacturing as well as mechatronic engineering. So we've had a very positive feedback from our previous students who just completed their internships at Anderson Housers. They're very accommodative. They were supervised by qualified engineers in their discipline, and these are some of the roles that you can get involved with. Of course, getting knowledge about their products. You'll get to study about manufacturing automation, which is the main part of the business, uh, and their impact on production efficiency. And then you'll be able to identify key industries where these products are relevant for, but also identify challenges in integrating the automation, within different industrial sectors. So it's a pretty exciting place to learn. The next available role is with Afri. We've just had an intern completed their internship back in February. And this is relevant for those who are studying environmental engineering. So AFRI is a leading engineering and consulting firm, and they focus on providing innovative solutions across energy, infrastructure, and industrial. So very similar to Solutions or ESC. The roles are also very similar. You will get to conduct environmental and social assessments for ESIAs, and then produce analytical reports with data-driven findings, assist in creating regulatory compliance, so very similar compliance, and also do a lot of research on current regulations, industry trends, and also best practices. You will be working with a lot of consultants. You will be supervised by qualified engineer in environmental engineering. So that's with AFRI. So those are some of the roles you can apply to if your background are relevant to one of the roles. But as I said earlier, if your backgrounds are not included in the examples of the roles that I've just provided the overview for, don't worry, we'll be able to source a company who would be able to, who might be, who might have a relevant role for you. And I'm gonna turn it back to Maya to talk about funding.
Thanks, Dave. So, as I said before in the earlier slides, is that we do have two type of funding, which is the new Colombo plan. The NCP is up to $10,000. It depends on your duration and what is available with your university. As long as you are an Australian citizen enrolled in a bachelor degree and you're doing it for credit, you should be able to be eligible for that grant. That grant is not, you'll get it from the government. You don't have to pay it back to the government, but that should be able to help you with your finances when you're in country or to pay your program fees. The second part is OS help loans. So that one, it depends on your university. It also depends on the requirement of OS help. It is a loan that you can get added to your HEX. In 2025, the amount that you can receive is $9,893. You will need to check. The basic eligibility requirements are similar to NCP. but you also have a couple of additional requirements that you need to meet to be able to get that.
Are the internships paid?
The internship in Indonesia are unpaid. The condition of your visa is to have non-paid internship. So once we source your visa, that's one of the conditions. So they are not paid. So the last couple of slides are about the application process. So what do you do from here? So you will just click on the Get Started button from the website, book a consultation where you can come and talk to me, Dave, and other team members about your interests, what kind of internship you would like to do, the duration that you would like, and then we'll put together potential host organization for you that we can contact. Then once we contact them and get the project from them or what you will be doing at their organization, we'll submit them to you. You will need to upload this on your university portal to get academic approval, but also we'll give you a link to our portal where you can continue your registration with us. You'll have your contract based on your preferences, start date, end date, duration. There's a commitment fee that you need to pay, which is a deposit, $200. That is part of your program fee, so it's not an add-on. So once you pay that deposit and sign your contract, that means you are proceeding with us and we can proceed with your placement. Once your placement is confirmed, you'll join a WhatsApp group, and then we go through the next part of the process. You will get your CV ready. You do an interview if it's needed by the host organization. You pay your final deposit, your final invoice, and then you prepare yourself for the travel. In the meanwhile, we do your visa, everything in the background. You book your tickets, and then you attend your pre-departure briefing, and then come to Indonesia and enjoy the experience. Thank you for joining us today. And if you do have any questions, you can reach us on info@internationalinternship.com.au. But I will open floor for questions now if you do have any from the group online.